Hi guys, I'm Ericka. Welcome to my channel. And if you are new, thank you for coming. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and join our community. And if you are returning, thank you so much for being an active subscriber that actively watch my videos. Excuse my background because my daughter is having company this weekend. This week it is Christmas break, and she tends to be very loud. If you plan on being a homeowner in 2022, there are a few things that you want to just be aware of and try to prevent and prepare for if you plan on owning a home, buying a home, what have you.
Since the first of the year, I've been knocking off my goals, and I gotta get the fees, so you know that I'm gonna go. Made myself a boss, big stepper, yeah, I'm boss made. Ain't no middleman, I get it all, so I'm boss paid. Running up a check, got a touch more than yesterday. I step on every set, fresh shoes in my front leg.
First things first, you want to make sure your tax preparer is not writing off things. It's okay to take a few losses, business losses on the Schedule C. However, you do not want to write off a lot of things. If you have a W-2 income, honestly, I would highly recommend not filing a Schedule C onto your income this year, especially if you plan on buying in 2022. They're going to ask for 2 years tax returns. They're going to be looking for an increase or a consistency in your 2 years of tax returns. So if your income went from $15,000 because you wrote off things in 2020, your 2019 taxes, because they're in arrears. So if your 2019 taxes, you wrote off, a lot of things on the Schedule C, it's okay as long as on your 2020 taxes, you show yourself worthy. They need to see an increase in your income and steady income. And you want to make sure you have enough. When you tend to add Schedule C's to your taxes, you tend to write off things because you're trying to, of course, take your business losses, and we all know we're trying to maximize our refunds. So you tend to write off, a lot of things. And of course, you may indeed have taken these losses. However, to a bank and in underwriting, when they're looking at your tax returns and stuff, you look like a high risk client, and you don't look like the tentative buyer that they would like to give their money to. You have to think about it. Your transaction for your home, when you're buying your home, is probably going to be your biggest transaction. One of, hopefully, your biggest transactions in your lifetime. I mean, you're thinking about they're giving you $300,000, $400,000, $200,000 at one time and trusting you to pay them back over 30 years. Or if you're smart like me, paying it back way before then, whatever. That's what they're doing. They're trusting you to pay them back over a 30-year period. So they want to make sure that they lend their money to someone that is trustworthy, credit worthy, and someone that's going to be less likely to default. They're not saying you need to be perfect. They're not saying that you're never going to default. They're not saying that you may not ever have a late payment. They're not saying that you're never going to lose your job. They're not saying that you're never going to be low on funds. They're not saying that you're never going to experience a loss. But what they're saying is they want to make sure that you're one of them people. If your credit looks good and it looks like you're making stable income, you look like a qualified candidate that's going to handle business when it's time to handle business. You look like a person that's going to pay their bills, even in the midst of whatever you have going on. You look like that type of candidate. If your credit report has late payments on it, those are going to be the main things you want to get removed. If your credit report has collections on it, those are going to be the main things you want to get removed. Medical bills, this is the catch-22 with medical bills. Yes, medical bills do not count against you in home ownership. That is still true to date. It has not changed as of this video. Medical bills do not count against you in home ownership. However, if you get them removed before you start the home buying process, it could potentially get you some points increase, because essentially medical bills are still a collection that are weighing down on your credit score. It is still considered a negative item. However, with credit score, with medical bills, they don't count medical bills against you like they do repossessions and bankruptcies and phone bills and old apartments, especially those. They count those against you seriously, because you look like, okay, you just defaulted on all these people. Why would I give you $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 on a home, and you have defaulted with a car that was maybe $20,000, or you've not paid apartment complexes and stuff like that? So those things you have to think in the mindset of a underwriter or someone that's lending a lot of money. They do not want to lend their money already as it is. Okay, but they like to invest. They're investing in their business by giving you that money. They're investing in their business by giving you that money and getting their money back, a couple times with the interest and all that stuff that, go with that. So you want to make sure that you look less of a risk. Also, Cash Apps and Zelle. So between 3 to 6 months before you start I would say 3 months. You know, you don't have to do 6 months. 3 months before you start the home buying process, your most recent 3 bank statements. So for 3 months straight, you need to cancel Zelle. Do not get any Zelles. Do not get any Cash Apps into that account that you plan on showing them. Also, aside from that, you also, when you're in the process, once you start the home buying process, you got pre-approved, now you're house searching, stop working on your credit. Also, tell your credit repair specialist to cancel your subscription so that they're not working on your credit. And you do not want to apply for anything. You don't want to make any big purchases, so no new cars or anything like that. You don't want any new credit cards, anything. You don't want to do anything with your credit. You don't want it pulled, and you don't want to deposit any money into your account. Any big money. I would say anything over $100, do not deposit it into your account. Hold it in cash, deposit it into a business account somewhere, whatever. But you do not want to deposit any money in your account when you're in the home buying process, and you don't want to withdraw any money out of your account. They don't want to see any money moving, pretty much. So once you start the home buying process, you're looking, you done submitted your pay stub, your bank statements and all that. They don't need to see no deposits, no big deposits to your account. They don't need to see no big withdrawals out your account. Like I said, some lenders are very strict when it comes down to Zelles and stuff like that. They want to know where this is coming from, where that is coming from. So I would highly recommend not accepting Cash Apps, or if you do accept Cash App, just leave it on your Cash App. Don't transfer it to your bank account, at least for those 3 months while you're in the home buying process, so that you don't have any unnecessary money coming into your account, because now they're going to want to know, why is this coming? Where is this coming from? When they tell you that in the home buying process, they're in your business, that's what they mean. They're in your financial business. They want to see where you're getting money from. So if you have a W-2 job, W-2 income, that is the best way to go. Make sure you don't get a Schedule C added onto your tax returns. Honestly, I just wouldn't do it. When I was in the home buying process, I did have businesses at the time, legit businesses at the time. And I just decided, you know, on that tax return, I didn't want a Schedule C added on there. I didn't make, you know, so much money that it was even, you know, anything to report at that time. So it was kind of like, you know, I was okay. But however, especially if you're making big money, I would say, especially if you're making big money in your business, I'm going to do a separate video on entrepreneurs qualifying for home loans and entrepreneurs getting set and ready for home ownership. If you actually click the link in my description, you'll see my homeowner's guide. My homeowner's guide will help you, and it does have a lot of information on how to purchase a home if you're a full-time entrepreneur. That is something that I was trying to do at one point, but I was not able to do because the requirements are very much more strict. It's just a lot harder, especially when you're not paying taxes quarterly. It just becomes a headache. But if you're an entrepreneur, if you have yourself on payroll, or if you're paying your quarterly taxes, you're good to go. You can still qualify for an FHA loan. You can still qualify for a conventional loan, you know, what have you. So you just want to make sure that you do your due diligence. You want to make sure that you save your money, save. In today's market, it is very, very crazy. Down payment assistance programs are, they're available, they're out there, but I am going to make a separate video on down payment assistance programs, because you guys do need to know the ins and outs of those programs and what you're getting yourself into. It's not just free money like you think. It's not a grant or anything like that. They're just giving you the money at that time, and you're going to more than likely pay that back. And I would probably say 99% of it. So you definitely want to just look into the programs, ask questions, you know, is this grant money, or is this something is this going to be a second mortgage that I'm taking out? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to be paying a mortgage and I'm going to be paying this back at the same time? These are questions you need to ask when you guys are going to these first time home buyers programs, and when you're going to down payment assistance program, you know, things like that. You want to get a trusted and transparent real estate agent. Of course, I am your trusted and transparent real estate agent in Florida, but I cannot service you outside of Florida. So you want to find someone that is trustworthy, someone that's transparent, someone that is honest, and have your best interest at heart, outside of just commission and, you know, making money. They want to make sure that you're in something that you deserve, something that you might not find your perfect house. That is something that is impossible. You may not find the perfect house. You might not find the house that has everything you want. This was my first home, and it's definitely not my dream home. At the time, it was my dream, but my dreams have definitely gotten bigger, and my dreams are going to continue to get bigger. So until I get a custom built home, I'm not in my dream home. You know, I wanted specific things like an island, and didn't have an island, but I had a big room, a big master bedroom. I wanted a 4-bedroom, and I only was able to get a 3-bedroom, that kind of thing, you know. So you definitely want to just make sure that your real estate agent just takes your most important things that you want in your home into consideration, and try their best to find that for you. However, I'm going to just go ahead and just kind of lower your expectations of your real estate agent, because they're going to hopefully try their best, but best believe that, every home, no home is going to have everything that you want and need, unless you custom build it and literally get someone to draw out your brain imagination home and literally get that built, which is possible as well. So, I don't want this video to be everywhere. I just want to give you guys a couple pointers and a couple things you can do to make sure that you're home buying ready, and to make sure that we get you, on the path of 2022. The main thing is work, save. I would save anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000, honestly. $10,000 to $20,000 is what I would save when it comes down to home buying. Now, saving less does not mean you cannot buy a home, because you can definitely buy a home. But understand that the less money you save, the less leverage you have when it comes down to the selections that you have. So you may be approved for a $250,000 home, $300,000 home, but you don't have the money to literally get into that home, and you don't have, because even with FHA you're gonna have to put down 3.5%. So if you think about it, go ahead and start planning out, okay, if I get a home for $250,000, let me multiply this by 3.5%. That is the minimum that I'm gonna have to come out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? If I have an FHA loan, or if I get approved for a conventional loan, I'm gonna have to come out of pocket 20%. Or if I get approved for a USDA loan, I may not have to come out of pocket, but I'm gonna have to come out for the down payment, but I may have to come out of pocket for other things. So I definitely want to get you guys prepared for that. Even in the home buying process, there are more than just down payment. There are also closing costs. Most of the time we get those negotiated, and we get the seller to try to, pay majority of those closing costs. Outside of that, you still have other things that you may have to get done, like inspections, appraisals, that kind of thing. You have to get those done. That comes out of pocket during, your escrow deposit, pretty much your earnest money that comes out of pocket up front. And I'm going to do another, like I said, I'm going to do another video that breaks down the steps and things that are included when you're in the home buying process. It's not just, okay, closing. At closing, I'm going to come out of pocket this sum of money. No, you actually have some things that you're going to have to be paying down and paying towards in the beginning, the middle, and the end. So, and it all depends. It's not like a set, you have to do these things. It all depends on the situation. It all depends on the type of loan you have. It all depends on what the lender's requiring, what the seller's requiring, if you're a new construction or if you're not. A lot of those factors come into play. But I definitely want to get you guys prepared, and I'm going to kind of have a math problem or something like that to kind of give you guys an idea of the home buying process. If you are on Facebook, go ahead, look in the description below and join my group, The Millionaire Table. Join that group, and you want to search that group and type in, I think it's home ownership tips or home ownership, something of that nature. And there is a post in that group that breaks down the mathematics of some, like an example of some out of pocket that you will have to pay out of pocket for a certain amount of home. I think I did a $225,000 home at that time. So it kind of gives you a breakdown of what you're looking at to be paying for and stuff like that. And like I said, that's just a synopsis. Like, there are different prices, different lenders requiring different things, different sellers requiring different things, different buyers requiring different things, and different types of loans and stuff like that. So you have to take that into consideration. Not everything is going to fit everyone's situation. Some people's, home buying process is smooth, and some of them are literally a living nightmare. But as long as you stick with it, trust the process, trust your real estate agent. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have a real estate agent that you don't trust. Trust your real estate agent, and also do your due diligence. Listen, get your credit repair or work on your own credit, and make sure that you're credit worthy as well. Make sure that you're paying your bills, making sure that you're not having a lot of things going in and out of your account. Save your money. And like I said, the taxes part. No Schedule C's. And if you, like I said, if you do a Schedule C, literally right off the bare minimum. And if you don't, I would say if you don't have a registered business for 2022, I would just go ahead and avoid the Schedule C. Yeah, you won't get a big enough, a bigger refund, but at the same time, it'll avoid you having so many issues when it comes down to explaining to underwriting what this business is, where it's at, where's the revenue, where's the account, where's it. It's literally a headache, okay? So taxes is really one of the biggest things when it comes down to underwriting that gets people the most. So I hope this helps. Like I said, I'm Star Ericka. Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at _Star Ericka, on Twitter at _Star Ericka, on Facebook at Star Ericka, and on TikTok at StarDaModel. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I am back, and I am going to continue to drop the details on this channel. Again, I'm going to start vlogging more. I'm going to start giving you guys outside of my life of real estate, credit, business, instructor, mentor, coach. Outside of that, I'm going to give you guys the other side of my life. I do have a description full of resources, my ebooks, my courses, my services, and everything I have to offer is on StarEricka.com. If you go on my website, you're going to find it. And everything that I have to offer you guys at the moment. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great one.